what's up? It's your girl Shari. I know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. So let's jump right into it. It's unfortunate that these guys or women of great calibers and so much success are entering into a dark place, right? And I won't say that it's new, because obviously it's not. It's just the season of uncovering folks, okay? And what's happening is with a lot of these celebrities, they have been doing this stuff, in my opinion, for years and been getting away with it. And now people are getting smarter. They're not as intimidated by the media or the source any longer. So they're just getting their lick back, right? And sometimes you do get people that are pretending so that they can get money, but we will never know because we're not the flies on the wall. However, what's interesting about Fat Joe is being sued for $20 million from his ex-hype man, okay? And we're going to go over that lawsuit. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, what does this mean for Remy, right? Because a lot of her deals, not deals, but a lot of her stuff is tied into Fat Joe, okay? Somehow or another. And although he's not physically suing Remy, what does this mean in a collective, right? What does this mean in a whole, right? Because this can jeopardize her as well. Because a lot of times what we see is because the person that we're connected to is involved in something like this, as big as this lawsuit, they will come and disregard the person that's connected to them. So they might start to blackmail. They might try to push her out. This can be bad for Remy, guys. And you guys know that when Papoose and Remy started going back and forth, Fat Joe spoke on it, okay? He said what it looks like to him. And then Papoose, cleared the air and was like, look, this is nothing personal between me and him. Here's what they had to say when all of that broke out. Let's go. It's a hard situation, said Joe, who is not only a close friend and collaborator of Remy's, but the godfather of her and Papoose 6-year-old daughter. I don't like none of this. He says, what I can't do is stop it. He says, they won't listen to me. He added, it's different type of thing when you've got a husband. Nobody comes to my house and tells my wife, shh. He says, this is your husband. I can't get in the middle of that. That's y'all. Wish this didn't happen. Papoose got wind of that and he responded to it because, of course, people probably was buzzing his phone up and blowing his phone up as if Fat Joe was speaking bad on him. So he responded, let's go. Papoose responded and says, peace to my brother at Fat Joe. I think y'all misunderstood his interview. I was not at Brooklyn Chop House with them. I do spend thousands of dollars there regularly. I love. So yeah, here we are now where Fat Joe is being accused of SA assault, right? And it sucks, okay? But we're going to go through the lawsuit. We're going to speak about it. And he's being sued for $20 million, okay? Not only is it SA assault, but the individual is stating that he did these things on underage individuals. So this is even worse, right? So this is what it had to say. Let's go. Rapper denies accusation of XEX acts with minors at the lawsuit. Claims were made in the lawsuit filed by a former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. It says Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Antonio, has been accused by Dixon of engaging in coerced labor, exploitation, financial fraud, and sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. He says Dixon is seeking up to $20 million in damage. The lawsuit filed by Taryn Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation. Fat Joe lawyer says the allegations against Fat Joe are complete fabricated, lies intended to damage his reputation and forced to settlement through public pressure. He says Fat Joe will not be intimidated. We have taken legal action to expose this fraudulent campaign and hold everyone involved accountable. He says according to the report in the lawsuit, Dixon alleged Fat Joe forced him into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under distress and surveillance. He says accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. Dixon also alleges he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. Dixon attorney says he learned nothing from his 2018 federal conviction. Yeah, so that is the news, guys. What does this mean for Remy Ma? I know that more of Remy Ma is wrapped into Fat Joe than Papoose, but what do you guys think about all of this? Because we've heard so many people say that by somebody being associated with someone else can lose. So what does this mean for her? She usually go out on, different events and different bookings with Fat Joe. So would he stay behind because it can damage her or what? Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I love your checkmates and there's nothing you can do about it. Remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.